Hi, welcome to one another edition of our embryology study and discussion. We have been looking at some of the basics of embryology. So let's look at some more of these basic facts and details so that we make ourselves clear before we embark on a detailed study of the human embryo. What is embryogenesis? There are terms which are being used by different scholars and different experts. Some of these terms may be synonymous and mean the same thing. But don't you think it's our duty to get to know all these terms? Human embryogenesis, otherwise called human embryonic development. Sounds very familiar, isn't it? Embryogenesis, embryonic development will all mean the formation and the development of the human embryo. In other words, the zygote becoming the embryo. So you find this development process will involve cell division and cellular differentiation. Cells will get differentiated functionally and will start forming tissues, organs, organ systems, and will contribute towards the functioning of a particular area. The whole thing is called embryonic development or embryogenesis. We have already seen that there is another term which is involved, the term fetus. So, we say embryo and we say fetus. And we say a particular period, the conceptus, the product of conception, is called embryo. And after a particular period, the same conceptus is called the fetus. So, are we not correct to use the term embryology and fetology? Can we not differentiate between the two terms, embryology and fetology? Now, looking at it from the other side, do we have to restrict the use of the terms embryology and fetology? Embryology will mean the growth and development of that phase of the conceptus which is called the embryo. Fetology will mean the growth and development of that stage of the conceptus which is called fetology. Technically, we should restrict, right? However, in reality, we don't. We have already seen fetology currently is used to deal with that branch of medicine which takes part in treating fetal defects. Some kind of a procedure on the unborn fetus, though it is called fetal medicine, it is also called fetology. So we don't, as far as our study of embryology is concerned, restrict the use of the terms embryology and fetology. The normal period of gestation in humans is about 9 months or 40 weeks. The first 8 weeks, the conceptus is called the embryo. So, human embryonic development, technically, as we discussed, should involve the first 8 weeks of human embryo and its development, and post 8 weeks, it becomes fetology. However, in practice, the development of the embryo and the fetus during the whole span of gestation is called embryology, and we don't restrict, the borderline of pre-8 weeks and post-8 weeks. Now, there are also other terms which are used alongside or sometimes alternately. As I told you, many of these terms are used synonymously at different points of time and probably by different groups of experts. So let's get to know these terms also. Prenatal development, antenatal development. Natal is a term which is related to childbirth. We've already seen that. So the birth of the child, if you take the birth of the child as that landmark event, something before the birth of the child will be called prenatal or anterior to that childbirth. So it becomes antenatal. Prenatal development and antenatal development are two other terms which are used to mean the same period of the embryo and the fetus and the development which happens during this period. So we can say period from the formation of the embryo. Formation of the embryo starts at that point when the two gametes unite to form a single-celled zygote. So from that formation of the embryo through the growth and development of the fetus until birth is prenatal development, antenatal development.